So welcome back to the Axiata Arena for semi-finals day here at the Perodua Malaysia Masters, the first World Tour event of 2020. So after both the women's singles and the women's doubles, we turn our attention to mixed doubles now. And it features the Olympic silver medalists Chan Peng-soon and Goh Liu-ying up against the World Championships silver medalists from 2 years ago, Wang Yilu and Huang Dongping. Now, when we look at the mixed doubles draw from the quarterfinal stage, we can see 6 different nationalities, 4 seeds, 2 in each half of the draw, and the 6 different nationalities because there's 2 pairs from China and 2 from Malaysia. Both the Chinese pairs got through to the semi-finals, as you can see, but only one of the Malaysian pairs, the former champions Chan Peng-soon and Goh Liu-ying. And because they're in the semi-final, it means that it's the 10th time at the 12th Malaysian Masters that a pair from the host nation has been in the mixed doubles semi-final. 6 consecutive year Malaysian pair has reached the semi-final stage of the mixed doubles discipline. And to a very large extent, an awful lot of that statistic is down to this pair here, Chan Peng-soon and Goh Liu-ying. This their 9th appearance as a pair, 2 finals. They won the title in 2012, having lost in the final the year before this. But this is their 6th semi-final. For Wang Yilu and Huang Dongping, the number 2 seeds, there they are. They're only making their 2nd appearance here at the Malaysia Masters. They played here 2 years ago. They lost in the quarter-final stage to the now 2-time reigning world champions and world number 1s Chen Shiwei and Wang Yaxiong, who then 2 years ago lost in the final to the 2 left-handers from Hong Kong. So this is only their 2nd appearance at this particular event. Well, this will be a 9th meeting between these 2 pairs, and as you can see on the previous 6, Wang Yilu and Huang Dongping have won 6 of them. But the really interesting point about that is the fact that they've won the last 6 encounters, including the last meeting, which was in the group stage of those World Tour finals in Guangzhou at the end of last year. So it's a tall order for the Malaysians, but playing on home soil, you never know, home support can make such a difference. 31 years of age now, Chan Peng-soon. He and his partner currently number 6 on the world ranking, but they did spend a total of 17 weeks as world number 3s across 2 different spells. Independent players now, because at the end of 2018, they quit the national team, and Goh Liu-ying is a year younger than her partner, as you can see, born in the historic state of Malacca. Olympic silver medalists in Rio de Janeiro lost out to Tontowi Ahmad and Liliana Nasir, but it really was a wonderful result for them to pick up that medal. Qualifiers in the first 2 rounds here in Kuala Lumpur before a quarter-final against Hoki and Nagahara. Both of those Japanese players, incidentally, had to pull out of their respective doubles events because their partners were injured in both the men's doubles and the women's doubles. But as you can see, Chan and Goh have been in scintillating form all of their matches in 2 straight games, including that first round, just 25 minutes. So to the number 2 seeds, the former world number 1s, Wang Yilu. He is 25 years of age. Currently number 2 on the world ranking, but they did spend a total of 5 weeks across 2 different spells as the best in the world. Huang Dongping, she is 24, although she's going to turn 25 later this month. In fact, in 9 days' time, to be precise. Now, she was a quarter-finalist at this event, not only in the mixed doubles 2 years ago, but also in the women's doubles with Li Wenmai, who we've just seen get through to the final of the women's doubles this year. Looking at their path through to the semi-final, well, in the 2nd round they had to beat Karimba Suwadi and Pia Bernadette had to come from 15-19 down in that second game before winning it 25-23. And in the quarter-final against Tabelen and Peak of the Netherlands, came from a game down. And they were down in that deciding game as well, 5-10 down, before eventually winning it 21-15, as you could see. So our umpire for this one, Robertus Tommy Oscariano from Indonesia, and Stefan Vanet from France is the service judge. He was a busy man last night in the men's doubles. Service judge Vanet scoring an awful lot of faults.
And on my left, Wang Yu and Wang Dongping, China. Wang Dongping to serve to Chan Pei-sun. Love all. Play.
So the number 2 seeds Wang Yilu and Wang Dongping nearest to us getting this semi-final underway against the two finalists and former champions, Chan Pei-sun and Goh Yin. Well, Steve, there's a couple of points that have come out of the introduction so far. This, the 9th meeting between the two. The Chinese pair have won 6 occasions, but more importantly, the last 6 occasions. So it appears they've got the measure of the Malaysians.
Yeah, it seems like it. I think, though, that these conditions here sort of evens it out a little bit more. So I think the Malaysians, they have a chance, but they're just so good. Wang and Huang so powerful. However, I feel that the fast playing conditions here should help Chan Pei-sun and Goh Ying a little bit. If Goh Ying can take control of the net, that is.
Oh, that's well taken.
3-1.
Well, for Chan Pei-sun, this is his 11th appearance at this particular tournament, and this is only the 12th staging of this event. He only missed 1 year, and that was in 2017 when he and his partner were the number 1 seeds, but she was undergoing, I think, shoulder surgery at that stage, wasn't she?
I think you're right, yeah. For the 10-year ticket.
Yeah. It's amazing, isn't it? And they've been so consistent. This is their 6th semi-final as a pair over that 10-year period. Well, 11 years now, isn't it? Because it started in 2009, this tournament. There, good aggression.
5-2.
This is not the start that the Malaysians wanted.
But we often see in mixed doubles and also women's doubles that sometimes it's an advantage to play with the drift because your attack gets more bite, so to speak. But the real worrying thing is that they have not been able to get on the attack. This was a good rally for Goh and Chan.
Service over. 3-7.
Well, I'm surprised by the flick serve, in all honesty, because if she wants to really take on her opponent at the front of the court, Go Liu Ying, a good low serve and look for the third shot is probably the better option. I understand that you need to mix it up as well, Thorstein.
Yeah, but I totally agree with you. I would always opt for the short service.
Well, that's 2 returns of the flick that he's made an error of. Champagne soon.
And it's always a goal, in my opinion, to get off to a good start, to conserve self-confidence, especially for the female player in mixed doubles, where it's so crucial. It doesn't exactly exhibit self-confidence. It suggests that it's going to be a tough day at the office if you're a Malaysian player.
Yeah. So into the mid-game interval with an 8-point advantage. We've only played 5 minutes. And this is what the Malaysians simply can't afford. Have Go Liu Ying pushed back into court on her defence. They desperately need her, as Steve was saying, to go forward to the net. Yang Ming, the coach. Yeah, he doesn't need to say much.
No.
Just carry on doing what you're doing.
But look at the body language.
Yeah, it's worrying, isn't it?
Oh, what a good flat serve.
Didn't even react. That's gone wrong as well. This is, for the home pair, in all honesty, a bit of a nightmare start. And for their opponents, the complete opposite, a dream start. 11-point advantage is 7 straight points. What do you do in a situation like this, Steen, as a player?
Give up.
No,
that is the easy thing to do.
No, in all seriousness, do you just, how do you get yourself out of this sort of scenario? Because nothing's working.
No.
They're making errors on the return of serve. They're lifting the shuttle. They're being forced to defend. All the things they don't want to do.
It's very difficult. 16-3. That is grim. Because I mean, everybody's heard us talk about, yeah, it's so important to get some points, to get some belief for the second game, and stuff like that. I think the first thing is that you convince yourself that the sides are really different. So the second game will be a totally different story. And then you try your best to sort of like distance yourself from the performance in the first game. Basically laugh a little bit about yourself and say, oh, this is so bad that it's almost ridiculous. We saw...
you have to be the right sort of character to be able to do that, though.
Yes.
Because otherwise you start beating up on yourself, and it's, you know, you're almost saying to yourself, I'm not good enough.
Yeah.
Which you don't want to be saying that.
No. And you got to have a plan ready for the second game. You or your coach got to have a plan ready. We saw in the first round of this tournament Akane Yamaguchi losing the first game to Carolina Marin 21-4.
Yeah.
Coming back, holding game point in the second game. And that's a really, I think Yamaguchi must be satisfied with her performance. She didn't succeed in changing it around, but had she taken that second game, think of the mindset on the other side of the net there.
Yeah.
Man, I won the first to 4, and then suddenly I should lose. So
yeah.
So it's also identifying what's the problem. That's of course the first thing. If there is a key problem, and I think the key problem here, like you said, Jill, they don't get out of the service situation. He served magnificently, both Wang Yilu and Huang Dongping.
Pushed it wide. Well, the fans here in the Axiata Arena doing their level best to try and lift their players. Look at the body language again. That's normally where she's so good.
Yeah.
So 2 points away from the opening game. Number 2 seeds.
And that's also about coaching the two players now. I don't expect, maybe she will because she's such a great player, Go Liying, but I don't expect her to be able to, in the second game, go in and just hit everything at the net. So you got to sort of put some restrictions on or tell her, here, I just want you to play a block. Don't go for the win yet. Get some confidence, get a little bit more comfortable with the reads and so on. And the same regarding Chan Ping Soon, saying, what are we going to do? Well, don't hit smashes where you're only 80% in balance if you get the opportunity. Don't play the net from too low a position on mid-court. Take your medicine, lift, and see if you can withstand it in the defense and so on. It's all these things that the two players together with their coach are going to discuss here in the break between the first and second game.
This is a much better rally.
Yeah, it is. It's a very positive rally.
Oh, my goodness. What a smash. Steepness. And comfortable inside the tram line. Perfect. Game point opportunities. And they convert on their first 21-10 opening game. And now is the hard work to be done, as Steve was explaining, between the two players and their coach, working out the game plan and getting in the right mindset for game number 2. Because they were totally outclassed. 12 minutes for that opening game, 21-10.
it doesn't look or sound right. I don't understand obviously what he's saying, but the tone of his voice, the look, it doesn't look right to me.
Body language.
Body language, total body language, and voice tonation didn't look right. Let's see if I'm wrong. I hope I am.
Yeah, because we'd like to see a really good semi-final.
One love.
That was a better service return.
Yeah, and listen to the fans, Steen. They know that this home pair needs help, and they're desperately trying to give that help. Oh,
Oi.
brilliant! Oh, well, I initially thought it was a great cross-court drive from Champeng Soon, but Wang Yilu returned the compliment.
That's a genius play.
Who would have thought? You're right, it's genius.
Excellent play. I'm so glad it is rewarded when you see those imaginary shots there.
Yeah. I'm glad you like that, Steen, because normally I'm the one saying I like the player with all the imagination to go for different shots, and you with your coach's hat on talk about consistency. But it is great to watch things like that, isn't it?
Things are developing.
Yeah.
All the time.
Good rally. Probably the longest rally of the match so far as well. Oh yes, that's clever too, because Go Liu Ying was going forward, hoping that the drop shot was going to come back to the centre of the court, and he played it straight instead. That's a couple of very clever rallies from Wang Yilu. 23 shots, really the longest rally of the match so far.
Good play by GOH in the flat game there, putting it into the body of Wang Yilu. It's also it destroys the plan a little bit that Champeng Soon has to serve to the side, towards the sideline from the right field, because it's so easy just to play past Go Liu Ying. You don't get her involved, but I think it's necessary for him to serve that way to sort of keep his low serve good.
Because he's been struggling with the low serve and his confidence on it.
Yes. If I was coaching any player playing with Go Liu Ying at the net, I would say get as much as possible into the middle, because that activates her. If you play it towards the line, it gives the opponent the chance to play past her.
And it gives them the angled opportunities too.
Yes, it does. Yeah. So basically, I mean, if he's going to serve that, then move Go Liu Ying just standing on the left inner sideline. Let her stand there, because that's where the service is coming.
CHN. Well, he's looking a little happier now than he did in the opening game. Good defence. Yeah. Well, that's a pity from a Malaysian point of view, because Goh Ying was heavily involved in that rally.
Yeah. But that was what I didn't like about the look of the coaching situation. It seemed like there was a lot of discussion going on. And when you have a pair that's lost, now it became 21-10, but it was much bigger. The reality, the difference was much bigger. Then you need to simplify things, and you need to be very precise on what is going to happen. And we can't have a discussion about what's going on. Someone needs to take charge, and I don't think it looked like that was the case. Let's see if they can come back now, get some confidence. I still think the key is to get Goh Ying to win the net and neutralize Wang Yilu in, of course, the attack, but before that, in the flat game, which I think they did brilliantly, playing it into the body of him.
Service over. 8-4. Play.
And maybe Goh Ying can't beat Huang Dongping at the net today, but then that's it. Congratulations to Wang and Huang. They're going to win the match.
Yeah, but you at least got to try.
You got to try, because that's where the possibility is.
Yeah. There's the loose serve. Oh, she's missed it.
Yeah.
Service over. 9-5.
And there, we cannot hear Chu Chuneng or Chan Peng Sung, but they need to say you were where you were to be. You were there. Just do it a little bit better next time, but be at the same place. Really well played.
Goal.
Good pressure from Wang Yilu.
10-5.
It's gone long. So to the mid-game interval with a 6-point advantage.
Interval.
11-5, the scoreline in favour of the number 2 seeds, Wang Yilu and Huang Dongping. 20. Well, the giant scoreboard in the stadium says 22 minutes in progress. I guess they've not counted the 2-minute interval. Graphic there. Now, Steve, you can't understand what's being said to either pair. I need to pick up on something you've said, because I'm absolutely fascinated by it. Because normally you and I discuss on air the fact that coaches and players are in a two-way discussion.
Yeah.
And we like that.
Yeah.
But you said in a situation like this, there shouldn't be discussion, because obviously what the players are doing is not working.
They have no clue.
The coach has to take charge and say, right, this is what's going to happen. This is what we're going to do.
Or Chan has to take charge, or Go has to take charge. One has to take charge and say, this is how it's going to be. This is what we're doing. It's not up for discussion. This is what we're going to do.
But surely it has to be the coach, because...
Unless one of the players is really unsatisfied with the way the other one plays.
But then there's, you know, on court you have to be equals within the partnership. So there has to be a buy-in.
No, I have a great story about it involving the general secretary of the BWF when he was playing. He was playing with Pernille Dupont, and they were playing awful. Especially Pernille Dupont, she was playing awful.
Service over.
And suddenly she turned around to Thomas Lund and said, Thomas, you've got to play much better now, because I am playing really, really bad. And unless you're playing better, then we're going home on the plane tomorrow.
Good gracious.
That is a fantastic player coaching of the partner. I don't know if they won or lost.
Wow.
But yeah, most of the time it's the coaches that has to come with the input.
7-12.
I do a whole presentation on that part. When it's a discussion, when it's the coaches that takes charge, and when it's the players conducting everything themselves. Very interesting.
I'd love to come to it.
Yeah.
Next time you're going to give that presentation, can I be invited?
Certainly, I'll reserve a ticket for you. It's $600.
Don't I even get mates rates?
That's right. They've clawed a little bit back now. I think she pushes too much at the net. Just block it.
No, this didn't come over it enough.
Service over.
Fall too flat.
13-8.
It's within the next 4 or 5 rallies, maybe even 3 or 4 rallies. They've got to win to have a chance of coming back. He's pushing all the time. Block it, Goh Ying. Excellent play by Huang Dongping. She just blocks it. Blocks it, and then there's a lift from the Malaysians, giving her partner perfect working conditions.
8.
So the conclusion for me, almost after this match, but at least when I think it's decided, is that Goh Ying can no longer beat Huang Dongping at the net, and that is bad news for the pair.
I have to say, I think that's oversimplistic. I don't think she's been given enough opportunities because, for instance, as you were pointing out, Chan Ping Soon hasn't been serving to the tee. He's been serving out wide.
Yeah.
He's not been playing shuttles in the right place to get her more involved.
No.
Oh, that's good though, isn't it? Oh my goodness!
No!
Oh my goodness! He's in the A boards, and they've won the rally. Well, I'm glad he's able to smile. My heart missed a beat there. Thought he might have got injured. My goodness me. How on earth did he get this back? Look at that. And then charges into the advertising boards at the back of the court. Look at this. That's just outrageous. How do you play a shot like that? Well, when shots like that are working, Steen, you know it's your day.
Yeah.
That could have actually been very nasty had he fallen badly or twisted his ankle there.
Exactly. Very dangerous, but I still think they're at a safe distance. We can't predict the player is going to try a shot like that.
Play.
Yeah, that's a good angle for smash.
Service over. 10-16. Play.
playing very well.
Service
Aren't
over. 17-10.
Well left.
Service over. 11-17.
It's drifted wide as well.
Service over. 18-11. One new challenges for 8.
First challenge of this semi-final. Brilliant. Well done, line
Challenge
judge.
unsuccessful. One challenge remaining. Service over. 12-18. Play. Out.
Service error.
Service over. 19-12.
Well short. That was a brilliant punch clear from Wang Lu.
20.
Set up the rally
Match point.
and sat up match point opportunities.
I'd expected a closer match. I'm impressed with Huang and Wang's play. Really,
Yeah.
really great effort.
Service over. 13-20. 10. 10.
Yeah, terrific. Well, it was a brilliant performance, there's no doubt about it, by Wang Lu and Huang Dongping. 21-10, 21-13 in a little over the half-hour mark. 32 minutes in total. Well, like you, Steen, I had expected a closer match than that.
21-10, 21-13.
But you've got to give credit to the number 2 seeds. They were utterly brilliant today. Wang Lu has demonstrated in this final rally so much pressure on the Malaysians. Really seeing the shuttle early, taking the shuttle early. And that is the result. 2-game victory, 21-10, 21-13 in 32 minutes.